what tips would you give, or like what kept you motivated, or like, did you have any goals during this? Like you were just like, hey, let's see what happens, or?
Yeah, I think the goalpost kind of kept moving, right? Like I was like, oh, like let's we lose some weight. So like I got to 200 pounds and I was like, okay, like that's not good enough. Like let's kind of like keep going. I don't think necessarily like the scale was the goal. I started seeing more progress in the gym as far as like gymnastics goes and cardio goes, and like that was kind of a motivator. As far as tips go, like drink your water. Start learning like what a serving size truly is. I mean, it's really easy to mindlessly eat junk food. We'll use like peanuts, for example, right? Like a serving size of peanuts is I think 190 calories, and it's maybe like 36 grams, which isn't like very many, right? Like it's less than a handful. So if you're just like eating handfuls of like peanuts, you could accidentally be eating, 1,000 calories in peanuts, right? Like that's a lot. And peanut butter is kind of like another one that was like a big eye opener of like what a serving size of peanut butter is, right? So if you're making like a peanut butter sandwich, you're probably using like 2 or 3 servings, which is like darn near 500 calories of like just peanut butter. So things that we like might think are healthy are like, oh, peanut butter has protein. No, like peanut butter's a fat. It's not a protein. It has very minimal protein. For 400 calories, like it's maybe 14 grams of protein. Like that's not a protein. So I think learning about nutrition and like what a protein really is and reading nutrition labels, like that was such a game changer for me. And oftentimes foods marketed as healthy or high protein, and then you read the label and you're like, no, this is not high protein. So that was like a big game changer for me, and something I would really encourage people to do is kind of start reading food labels and figure out like what you're eating and how much you're eating and what a serving size really looks like.
So tell me, what did you do? Like, how much did you work out? That type of thing.
So I really like working out. It's kind of more of like a hobby, and like I get to hang out with my friends. But currently, like anywhere from 4 to 6 days a week is typical of how much I work out at the gym, depending on schedule. But I try to move every day and like hit 10,000 steps and drink a gallon of water and all that fun stuff.
And for how long would you work out?
I don't know, an hour, hour and a half. Unless someone was like, hey, like let's do some extra stuff, but not like all day or nothing like that.
And how much effort did you put into nutrition, would you say? So maybe give us a scale of like 0 to 10, and then maybe give us one thing that was like a kick in the butt when it came to nutrition in terms of like it really stressed you, and then give us one thing that maybe got easier along the way with nutrition.
Nutrition's the hardest part, right? Like 10 out of 10, nutrition's hard. But once you have an understanding and you're comfortable with it, I would say now nutrition is maybe a 5. Like I've learned a lot about myself. Like I'm a late night snacker. Like I love to snack at night. So I have to plan my day around that. So I kind of plan my day around like, hey, I want to have popcorn later. Cool, let's like account for that and then hit all my other goals throughout the day. Or if I know like, hey, I want cheeseburgers tonight for dinner, like I'm going to do that. I'm just going to account for those things.
Yeah. Do you think anybody can do this?
Oh, absolutely. Like I'm no different than anyone else. Like I have a spouse who I love dearly, but he's not really interested in changing his diet or lifestyle. I'm a mom, I work. Like if I can do this, I'm no different than anyone else.
So give us, and you don't have to share this if you don't want to, but like
okay.
Give us what a typical day would look like for you.
Oh, for eating? That's really easy. I eat a lot of the same stuff like right now. So breakfast is like a protein shake, and sometimes like an egg McMuffin, like chicken sausage like sandwich I make. And then like on the way to the gym, I'll have like a banana. Lunch is typically like cottage cheese, like a buffalo chicken wrap with like low-fat cream cheese instead of like mayo or things like that. And then dinner, I kind of leave dinner open to change every night. So like I'm cool eating the same thing for breakfast. Breakfast is pretty standard with a protein shake, banana, and like something else kind of thrown in. Like last night I had spaghetti squash with ground beef, a little bit of cheese and salsa, and then like I have to have my bedtime snack. So it was popcorn and watermelon.
Popcorn and watermelon.
Yes, and you put tahini on the watermelon. It's so good. Tahini on your watermelon.
Tip of the year. How much did you pack and cook food versus eating out?
So I'd say at first, like, at first I'd say we probably ate out like once a week, but I was very mindful of like what I ordered and things that I could kind of have an idea of what was in them. So surprisingly enough, like sometimes when you go to a restaurant, ordering the salad isn't necessarily like the best option. A cheeseburger is usually a pretty good option. If you leave the cheese off and you just get like a burger and then instead of like mayonnaise or you use mustard, like that's usually a pretty safe bet for around 500-ish calories. So I would kind of stick to those things, or if we went to Mexican, I'd be like, all right, no chips and salsa. I have no self-control, like don't you bring that to the table. And then if you do like fajitas and you don't use like, guacamole, sour cream, cheese, and like those things start to add up. But if you just do like meat and veggies, like you're good to go.
So one time a week, that means you didn't stop at like fast food, like those restaurants, no. One time a week. So every other time you were cooking or meal prepping or that type of thing.
Yeah, I would have something at home, and I always make sure I have something around that's like quick and easy. Honestly, like Bear chicken nuggets, we always have those in the freezer. So if I'm ever in a pinch, I'm like, oh, I got chicken nuggets, I can throw them in the air fryer, like super easy. I know that doesn't sound like the most healthy option, right? But like it's quick, it's easy, it's a protein source, and then I can make like broccoli or whatever else. Or if like Chick-fil-A is another good one, you can do grilled nuggets. Like, those are
and how much did you like the food that you make? A lot of people say they don't know how to cook, or it's bland, or it's meh. Like, did you like the food that you made?
Oh, absolutely. Like, you don't get to be almost 300 pounds and like not love to eat, right? Like, I love to eat. I love to eat good food. So being in a calorie deficit or like being concerned about your nutrition, it doesn't have to be boring. Like, we would have burgers once a week, tacos. Like, I would make homemade pizza. And instead of like regular pepperonis, maybe use turkey pepperonis. So like, no, it's not bland. Like I still love to eat. I love to cook. If you can read, you can cook. Like it's not hard. And people think, oh, meal prep. Like I don't want to eat the same thing every day. So don't, right? Like you have to make it so it fits your life or else it's not going to be sustainable.
Cool. Do you have any goals now other than, so say you've achieved this goal, let's say, what's next?
I don't know, that's a really good question. I do well under goals and having something to like work towards. I guess getting stronger. We'll see. I don't know.
To be determined.
To be determined.
Cool, I think that's all. Anything you want to add?
No.
All right, done.